If you start studying now, will you have enough time to jump a few grades? The answer is yes. Do you guys need some tips on smashing your maths exams? Well, here, I'm gonna tell you how. Yo guys, my name's Neil, and you may be wondering, why is this B-Tech Aquaman talking to me about maths? I'll tell you why. I'm a fully qualified maths teacher. I'm actually a personal trainer too, actually. Check out the gains, and then I guess I'll roll my sleeves down. I've been the head of A-level maths in multiple schools in London. I'm an accredited examiner too, usually marking the A-level further maths exams. At most of your ages, around 16, I'd already achieved an A-star in my maths A-level, then securing an A-star in further maths a year later. During this time as well, I was still smashing out Call of Duty every night, so I know about that work-life balance. Do you even guys know about Modern Warfare 3? Because that's what I was playing back in the day. Now, I'm the head of maths at my Edspace, where I create and deliver online lessons. I make homeworks full of exam questions. I even create video solutions to all of my homeworks. Right, let's get into today's topic. The first thing I'm going to talk about is something you've all heard before. Practice makes perfect, but it's not as simple as you think. Just because you practice 100 questions of the same skill doesn't make you an expert. If I'm boxing and I'm punching like this 1,000 times, that makes me an expert at being useless. You need to practice the right variety of questions, a mixture of skills-based questions and exam questions, with the right guidance. Trust me, you need guidance, because if you practice 100 questions with flawed logic, you have become, my friend, a flawed person.
That doesn't sound, I just went completely off script.
So, variety and guidance. All superstars in any walk of life have mentors, coaches, managers. So if you think you're already great, put your ego away and put those flashcards away. This ain't geography. Shout out to my geography teachers though, metamorphic rocks and all that. I'm going to tell you exactly how my successful students and I structure a vision. It's called spaced repetition. You might have heard the term before, but I'm going to explain it in context and so that you don't fall asleep. Spaced repetition means practicing the same concepts within your revision. Spaced repetition means practicing the same concepts within your revision structure in systematic intervals. Let's say you learn solving quadratics. You shouldn't revise it straight after you've learned it. The term let it sink in is quite useful. Allow whatever information your brain has just taken to process, then revisit the topic. You're essentially putting down layers of cement, allowing it to solidify, and then adding more layers. Shout out to all my bricklayers. Spaced repetition is scientifically proven to increase retention of information. That's why I always recommend students do my homework the day after they learn the topic in my lessons. So, all of those students who leave their homework to the last minute, you might be onto something. For my students, for example, I recommend they go and rewatch key sections of my lessons the day before our next one, because all of my lessons are recorded and uploaded to my website. If you follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube, I'm always posting random bits of maths. This can be part of your spaced learning. Anyway, the next technique I'm going to talk about is the Feynman technique. Shout out to my man Feynman. Feynman is a G at physics and a Nobel Prize winner. His technique is known to some as the best way to learn. It's a 4-step process where you first learn a topic, then you explain it to someone as simply as you would if they were a kid. So if you have a younger sibling or a parent who doesn't know a lot about maths, ask them if you can explain something in maths you've learned or trying to understand. I remember when my sister used to do this to me when I was a baby. She would put me in the bouncy seat, explain something on the board, then when I wasn't listening, which was all the time, she would bounce the chair up and down to make me focus. She's now a fully qualified maths teacher, so clearly I was a great student, and I promise she doesn't do that with her current students now. Then, if you get stuck, this is step 3. Go back to your notes or do some more practice. Then, try explaining the concept again with even simpler language and analogies. If you can't explain a concept in simple terms, you don't understand the concept well enough yourself. Unless, of course, you're trying to explain chaos theory to an economist. Shout out to all my economists. The next point I want to make is that what you do in revision is just as important as what you do out of revision. A lot of you don't want to hear this, but exercise has been proven to boost brain power. If you struggle with mental health during stressful times, exercise is also a great way to de-stress. The fact that I've made mad gains right now is because I'm always stressed. Equally, you need to be getting proper nutrition. The brain uses 20% of all our energy. You're not going to be able to focus and get better if you do not eat enough. And then that's why dumb people always falling asleep. Protein high foods improve memory retention, mental alertness, and increase energy levels. Me, I eat 260 grams of protein every day. Should you have that? Probably not, but can you have more? Absolutely. Even if you're vegan, you can have like tofu and like lentils and all those good things. Lastly, you need to be getting enough sleep. You should always prioritize sleep the night before an important exam. Science has shown that students who spend more time revising into their sleep time receive worse test scores, even though overall they might be spending more time studying. Shout out to all my scientists. We all know them students who did all-nighters and turned up the next day to an exam with 20 Red Bulls, but they spent most of the time in the exam shaking from caffeine overdose. Can't even write a few words before it looks like the results of a lie detector test. Right guys, that's all I have for you today. Make sure you stay tuned for part 2. If you learned something, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Drop a comment down below on what you want to see next. Grade 9 Aquaman out. Peace.